Considering a computational resonance where a file system has this structure in terms of file names, F2 contains something of F1, and F1 contains something of F2. F3 contains something of F1, and F1 contains something of F3. There is something unique to F2 and F1. There is something unique to F3 and F1. But F2 and F3 share nothing unique to each other in terms of file names, but are all tied together by F1, making F2 and F3 resonant around F1. This suggests a new way of labeling these cyclical diagrams from past to future and future to past is to plot out the path it would have to take in either direction from where it is being carried. So F2 to F1 is being carried over. Something's being carried over. We don't know what. F3, well, this carried us over to F3, so this will carry us back to shoot. Darn it. No, this is the cyclical diagram. It goes to F1 first, then it goes F3, F1, and from F1 it then goes to, by the same route, F2, F1 to F3, F3, now it's F1, stepping forward in time, stepping backward in time, stepping forward, stepping backward. So then it cycles from F3 via F1, F2. So I'm trying to establish the integers by saying that I can find these cyclical structures that give us identities for each one. For 1, 2, 3 would generate the integers. So I need to create this cyclical structure that causes 2 to reference 2 by just assuming you can step forward in time and backward in time for some set of reasoning or operations in the world, which is the assumption physicists usually give things. So came in a shorter interval because it assumes that we start with F2, take F2 to F1 to F2, and F3 to F1 to F2, and then we reverse direction, and then we get F2, oh my mistake, F2 to F1 to F3. This leads to F2 to F1 to F3, and then we're going to reverse the second part, because time flows the same forward and backwards, to give F2 to F3, F2 to F1 to F3, to F1 to F3, F2, F3. We add them together. Okay, if F1 is chiral, then these two subtract each other in a mirror. Chiralities add together in a mirror but subtract the number of elements. Here's the proper diagram. If we could add and subtract in a mirror, I think that when we added, chiral objects aren't added. And when we subtract, achiral objects don't subtract. And achiral objects don't add either. But taking away all chiral objects, taking away all symmetry from the system, and assuming something is being put in a mirror will bring F2 to F3 and F3 to F2 in an instant. Because if it truly does obey the mirror, then this expression obeys it in an instant. Next note,